Hello, my name is Swaps509, and first of all, today's gonna be a controversial video. So if you don't want that shit, then get the fuck out right now. Today we're gonna talk about women and in gaming. And in general, that is a touchy subject in general. Or women in streaming, really, because I don't give a fuck what they do with their own house. But what I wanted to talk about was people that go around and they just fucking they just fucking press up their breasts like this, and then they just get a low cut shirt on like this, and then just basically whore themselves out for money. And you know what? I wouldn't say that unless it was technically true. I mean, not to be cruel or anything like that, but it is completely and utterly true. In most situations, on Mixer, it's not true, but obviously you heard about that whole Twitch shit where they basically just fucking where they had to ban so many people because they were just doing that. Like, why do women feel the need to do this? Well, you can't see it because it's on the desk. I think it's because men are stupid. Like, we are very dumb. We are very, very dumb. I feel like we are really stupid, and there's just absolutely no point in questioning that at all. We as men, we are very dumb, and we are distracted by things easily. As I was just distracted by this little hair on my desk here. I don't think this would be a problem unless women knew how to exploit us, and that's the problem. Women know how to fucking exploit us and push our little button and do all this shit and get us triggered or get us turn or make us buy drinks at the bar. Like, there's no need to go be a hoe on the street anymore. You can just go straight into Twitch, Beam, or Game Show, I guess. I don't know anything about Game Show. I think that this topic is not a hot topic anymore, but it needs to be. Beam is becoming just like this. I don't know if I have an example up right this second. Let's check. Let's see. I don't know if I have an example of it. Let's see. If I can find one, I'll find one. If I can't, then let's go Grand Theft Auto. There might be one there. It's more likely to find it in the big streamers. Like, oh. Here we go. Let's see. She's not that bad. I guess this is okay right here. This one's
Aircraft is taking off. Have a good day.
see if I can't pull it up. Window capture. Okay, here it is. It's a little bit big. And cover some of my face. And I'm just gonna full screen the person I want because obviously I'm gonna be talking about this. Can you not fucking go into that mode? Okay, there we go. Now, as you can see, she has a little bit of a let's full screen it. She has a little bit of a low cut top there. You can see some of her cleavage, which is fine. Like, I think that's even not acceptable at all. I mean, she's just wearing a tank top. It's not like she's wearing a push-up bra or anything like that. That's fine, I guess. But it's just, like, if you see the chat, it's not that it's not that bad. Like I went into one. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can find one. It was on a web show one, and it was just horrid. It was just horrible. Like, yeah, I can't find one right now. But it was just really bad. Like, you definitely, you definitely do not need to have that going on where there's just. I think it's just totally and utterly wrong. There's just no need for that shit. I don't want Beam to become that type of community. Even that, I think, was not appropriate because as men, I feel like we jump into streams like that more often because you see a girl with flash like this or whatever. But I mean, another token of it, I see that women can dress however they want. They can do however they want. I mean, it's a hard subject because it's so like so shitty of me to be saying things like this, but some girls are really bad. Like she was at least playing a game. Her camera wasn't focused on her. Well, if they do in a web show and they're wearing a little push-up bra like this and they're having their like a really low tank top like down to here and it's just, I feel like it's the same thing as if men would wear those really tight shorts and you could see their bulges, but not for like swimming shorts. Like back in the 80s, they used to have these really tight leather shorts that used to show everything. I don't know if I can find a picture of it, but if I can, I'll try to post it on the right there. Um, I think that's horrible. You don't need that shit. It's not needed. You don't need it. I think if a woman can make it in this industry without wearing any low cut shit, then bravo to her because she is just, you know what, let's give a little slow clap to that because it's just it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible to say it, but they are hoes are no longer on the street. They're not needing to be on the street anymore. They just need to be in Beam. It's not Beam anymore. Mixer, or Twitch, or fucking game show. That's all they need to be now. I mean, that's all where they need to be now. They don't need to be on the streets anymore. They're up in our computers, they're up in our face. They're asking for money most of the time, like rent. I remember this one girl was asking for fucking just straight up rent. She wasn't asking for nothing else. I mean, that's pretty shady, I think, but maybe that's just me, and that's a whole nother topic. That's just shade. I think I think you shouldn't be asking blatantly for rent. I mean, if you gotta pay your bills and that's how you pay your bills, that's fucking fine. But don't put it like that. Maybe more people would give if it was like, oh, for a game and it was just $60 at a time or something like that. I think her rent was like 1,500. It said, I think it said, if I can find it, I'll put it on the right there too. I just wanted to show like an example of what I was trying to show up. If I think it said rent, etc. and stuff. That's what it said. I don't think it just said rent. I mean, that's fine if you pay your rent like that, but don't blatantly say. I think that's very shady. I don't think you should be able. I don't think you should ask just straight up like that. If you have like a goal for money, that's fine, but put it as like, I mean, if this is how, I mean, that if that's how they work, that's cool. But the only reason I think she was getting tips was because she had like D cups, and her tits were fucking ginormous. Um, I think that's it though. I mean, that Twitch had to ban a bunch of people. I don't want to see Beam, fucking Mixer, go down the same course where it's like that. I personally stream on Mixer because I didn't want to get into that community. Why am I wearing headphones? I don't want to get into that community of people just like that, just wearing low cut shirts and shit like that. I mean, if you're playing a game, that's cool, whatever, because I'll be mostly focused on the game, because that's cool. But if you're just talking to people and then you dress like that and then you put full face cam on like I am now, then you can't. I don't think you should be able to wear shit like that. Unfortunately, like I'm not gonna say the name of the girl because I don't want people to go over there and start. Um, I don't want people to start going over there and throwing. I was gonna say throwing shade. Too old for that. I don't want people to go over there and start talking crap to her or whatever. You never know what people do. Don't don't do that. Especially if like having like 3-4 years down the line and someone sees this video and I'm famous or I'm not famous or whatever happens. Someone sees this video and they make me famous or some shit. I don't know how YouTube works, but I don't want to say that girl's name because she's a nice she was a cunt. She was a cunt. I'm not even gonna say that she wasn't because she definitely was, but I still don't want to promote that type of community. I don't want that. Sometimes it's just you gotta do what you gotta do to get by, I guess. But it's it's pretty shady because it would be the same thing if a guy just wore like skin tight shorts and or not even skin tight shorts. It would be like if a guy wore shorts that had like a V like this and would show a little bit of your dick on the top. That's what I see it as because it's not it's their same it's not genitals in general, but it is something that gets people aroused. I think. I mean, not I think. I know it gets people aroused. So I don't think girls should be able to have that on their streams in any of the streaming devices, especially Mixer, because that's where I want my streaming community to be. So I definitely don't want it to be filled with people like that. On the other hand, though, I mean, if you're playing a game, go for it, I guess, because I really won't be noticing that as much as the game, depending on the game. If she's not entertaining, that's when it's like that's when you have to be entertaining because your boobs aren't like the video I showed you a little bit ago. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Like the video I showed you a little bit ago of the lady doing whatever. I think she was playing Battlegrounds, and she was playing the game, and you saw that there was like a few people in there, but there wasn't that many because she wasn't just like showing her tits just outright, which is I think is the right way to do it. If you have a web show or anything like that, I can't see it being appropriate. Is there a seat on the floor? I can't see that being appropriate. But I mean, men are very stupid. We are we are very dumb. I think that this whole trend started in Twitch because some girl first started it. Like some I'm sure some girl started it because she saw that she could use that to her advantage at bars, at lines, at other places, so she thought that she could use the advantage there, which is fine for her. That's okay, but I can't have it. I can't have that. So I can't see that. I don't want that to be a trend anymore. I don't want anybody being in those streams anymore because then people will stop doing that. On the other hand, it's not just their fault. It's not just women's fault. It is also men's fault for going in those streams and saying nasty ass shit and whatever because it's I mean the stream I went into one time, and the only reason I went into it was because I was trying to get footage for this, and I couldn't get my recording to work, and then she went offline or whatever. I was trying to get footage for this, and then I went in there, and man, you should have seen the chat. It was just like, oh, nice tits. Let me see your tits. Let me see your tits. Like tits. Everything was about the tits. Like no one was talking to her or anything like that. there was this one guy in there that was trying to be nice, or one girl or whatever was trying to be nice, and she was like, "Oh, what kind of car do you like?" or whatever, because it's just half the comments were like, "Take off your shirt, take off your shirt, take off your shirt. Let me see your pussy." Like, fuck, dude. People are vicious, man. I don't think that's right at all, especially for men or people in general to be doing that. That's really fucked up. But I would not ever put myself out there like that so I could get fucking shit on like that, or get what's the word I'm looking for? Get people to act like that in my chat. I would never put up with that in my chat. It's very wholesome generally. Like, you can say cuss words or whatever, but no one's asking to see my dick or anything like that. No one ever asked for that. Or like, no one's talking about like cancer or anything like that. Like, I don't put up with that, because it's whatever. Like, you can talk about other stuff, about other people. I really don't care about that. But it's just if you're talking about me personally and you want to see my dick, I'll probably time you out for 10, 15 seconds. I don't want to put up with that. If you keep spamming everything in the chat, I don't put up with that. It's just, if you spam links in the chat of dirty ass pictures, which they were doing, I don't put up with that. It's just, I think it's self worth, and I don't think she has any. And I think that's what it comes down to, self worth. If you have self worth, then you won't do that. I mean, like, my girl Berserker Bunny, go on there and look her up on Mixer. She don't do that shit, and she has a respectable amount of followers. I think she has like 300 something. Um, she doesn't do that. She doesn't ever. She definitely does not ever show any cleavage or anything like that. I've been in there thousands of times, and she's never shown any cleavage. She's never done any of that. I can understand if you're wearing a tank top. That's cool. Whatever. Do you. But you gotta be playing a game. That's what I say. You gotta be fucking playing a game. You can't just be sitting there on the web show not playing a game. Because if you're not playing a game, then I just see you as a hoe automatically, no matter what. If you're trying to wear a push-up bra and you're showing your tits on the lowest shirt you have, fuck you. Fucking get the fuck off of Mixer. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. Go back to Twitch. Go back to Game Show. Go back wherever the fuck you came from. I don't want you here. I don't want you there, because that shit is not acceptable. That shit is not acceptable. I don't think. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I reported her because I was so upset with. I was more upset with the chat, how they were acting towards her, how she wasn't even responding to anything. She was looking at the chat the whole time, and she was not responding to any of those comments where she was like, "Let me see your pussy. I'm gonna lick your pussy. I'm gonna do all shit. I'm gonna grow up your tits." Like, she has no fucking self worth. That's what it's about. If you don't have any self worth, that's what you do. I'm gonna leave you with that, because no self worth, that's what you fucking do. You whore yourself out like that on Mixer, Game Show, Twitch. I think I'm missing one. I think there's another one. I don't think I've ever seen that on Game Show, but I've only been there on a few times. Like, that's what you do. You whore yourself out. You're just fucking whoring yourself out. That's what you're doing. And if you do that, then go fuck yourself and leave. And this was my angry ass rant. Bye, people.